I don't want you smelling a human smell. Does that help? No. Let the dog get over it. What that tells me is there's nothing here. Because if I have a high drive dog, it's more interested in finding your smell or finding HRD or whatever it is. But when it's not there, sniff this, sniff that. Woo! HRD. Okay? When the dog is in scent, is it going to bother with something dead on the side of the road? Any other scent? They're not going to do it if the reward system that you've built is good enough. Correct? What we're talking about this weekend. And that's the most important thing. Okay? If the reward system or the reward that the dog is working for is strong enough, as soon as it hits that smell, it's off to the races. And until then, what you've been doing is you've been watching your dog, because you know your dog so well, you know when it hits scent. Okay? Now you have a responsibility to the search manager to cover the area, correct? So you can't really let the dog just do whatever, as in wander off this direction and wander off in that direction. So you've taught it directionals, okay? I know I want to cover this area. I'm watching my dog. I'm not going ahead of my dog. And if the dog turns around and looks at me, I'm waiting, okay? I stop. I'm not continuing to move, because what happens if I continue to move? Okay. Yeah, that means I need to go forward. Dogs will learn very quickly that, or they'll learn, it's like a poison cue again. They're like, okay, I need to keep moving forward. And they're not actually, they can be distracted from actually trying to work out what's going on. I want the dog spending its energy trying to locate that smell. If it's doing the other stuff, that's fine, but I'm wanting it to work and work independently of me. But I'm still going to have to, through training, I'm still going to go that way. And the dog's going to go like, okay, I'll go check. And I'm watching the behavior the whole time. And I see there's nothing. There's nothing there. So I've cleared this area, correct? This area is not clear. There's nothing here. Okay, that way. And you don't, like what Craig is saying, you don't have to go that way. I mean, the dog, after a while, you do this, and the dog will, because they keep an eye on you. They are experts in human behavior. They worked you out in the first week. You spend 2 years trying to work them out. All right? So when you do that, the dog is like, hey, I need to go that way. Dog goes that way. Nothing. So, that way. Dog does that. You're clearing your area, okay? But you're not like telling the dog what to do, giving it obedience instructions, okay? The dog is doing whatever it wants to do. When it gets in scent, and I go like that, we use intelligent disobedience, and the dog goes towards the scent, okay? But you've trained it to do that, okay? You've trained it to do that intelligent disobedience by letting the dog work by itself, getting it to cover the area, and giving it the opportunity to have a big smell. The person that's going to be there, okay? And you're going to know that that's where April's sitting, okay? She's hiding for the dog. And I'm going to go that way. Dog's going to go, big reward that way. I don't care about you. You're going to come in, you're going to get the big reward. And again, like with this whole weekend, the dog's working for April. It's not working for me. Okay? I don't... You've got to look at search and rescue like you're not important, because you're not important. Okay? The way I look at search and rescue, and I wish more people would do it, I can't. I tell the search manager what I can do, whatever, go out and do the job. dog's successful, my dog gets rewarded, take the dog, put it in the car, and if I can, I drive home. I'm not around to get congratulations, hey, don't you want to get in front of the camera? No, that's not why I'm there, okay? I don't even want people to know if my dog was to find the person or whatever. I didn't want them to know who it was. Okay, that's how important I think the dog is and how unimportant I am. Does that make sense? Okay, that's why we're in search and rescue. It's not about me. And that goes into the uncomfortable situation where you may not have a dog that has the genetics, it may not have the drive, because that is important. At the end of the day, that you do have to have that. And you do have to have the ability to find a way to reward that dog. Otherwise, you're wasting energy, you're wasting time. Okay, your time, which like Craig said, you can never get back. Your team's time, because training is one of the hardest things to do. The bigger a team gets, the harder it is. You have to train by yourself as well, obviously, okay? But team training is so difficult because everybody wants to go and have a chance, okay? And what I say is, you know what? The training of these individual dogs is more important. So I would rather you guys run 3 problems. There's a team of 10. I'd rather you have 3 problems, 3 good problems, and that's it. Next week or next training, the next 3 people are, okay? And so on. That is more, that will do more for the team as a whole. Because what it means is, I'm not running my dog, okay? I can spend all my energy in watching this other team. I can spend all my energy helping that other trainer, okay? Because that's where it is. The majority of how I learn is being from watching other handlers. I'm a photographer, sort of, but I've been to so many seminars. Easiest way to get into a seminar is I can take photos for you guys, would you like that? Oh, you're going to put me up as well? Oh, thank you. No charge. Okay, that's what I used to do. So go to Ecuador and say, hey, so you got a conference? Can I come and photograph the dogs? And I'll, for the handlers. Guess what? I'm behind the team taking photographs. Okay, I'm actually seeing what's happening. I'm hearing what the trainer is telling the handler. I'm seeing how the handler is working. I don't have the stress on my shoulders. It's amazing how good we are at handling a dog when it's not our dog, correct? Okay, we're experts. Hey, I can take that dog over for you, you can go home. I know what's going on. Of course, it's that stress thing again, and the brain can only do so many things up, and if you, stress is something that's going to take part of your CPU. It's going to take up part of your CPU, so you don't have the stress, you have so much more available. So try and be relaxed as well.